Was it truly justice for Natalee Holloway? I guess justice and closure are really almost two different things. Certainly, closure. Beth Holloway saying that with the Joran Sloot taking a plea to getting 20 years in prison, which he may never serve in the United States if he is in prison for 20 some more years in Aruba. But on the surface, family feels like they went somewhere. On the
Yeah.
outside, though, those of us who are not as intimately connected, or it's not our daughter that was murdered, it's very easy to look at this and say, why? Why did they offer him a plea deal? Why are we walking away from this going, oh, he said this is what happened. This must be fact. Why? I guess I'm going to throw it to you to answer that question. Bob Motta, defense attorney and host of the podcast, Defense Diaries. Bob, what was your reaction to all that?
I I kind of felt like it wasn't my business to
Mhm.
decide whether or not it was justice. It's up to, Natalie Holloway's family,
Mhm.
and if they feel that they got closure, if that was sufficient for them, then I'm happy for them. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I mean, it's like I get what you're saying, but we don't matter in the scope of things. It's not like you said, it's not our kid.
Mhm.
I mean, do I think that he got away with murder? Not really. I mean, he's serving time for another murder
Mhm.
and cocaine possession. They wanted him to give information. The plea was offered to get him to fess up so
Mhm.
that they could give this to the family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean that's why they're saying, okay, well, we're satisfied, and because when her parents were saying, oh well, thank God, now we know exactly what happened to our daughter, and we're happy with it in terms of now we can't say he's suspected. Now we know who her killer is
Sure.
definitively.
We do, but
So
I guess the question is, why do we take him at his word? I mean, I know there were some polygraphs done, but I mean, this is a psychopath. This is someone who probably could easily beat a polygraph. Uh, that just to me, his story changed as well. The previous accounts that he said of being out on a boat and having a cinder block. Cinder block seems to be the ongoing item in this story, and that she went to the bottom of the ocean when he weighed her down. Now it's I took a cinder block and I bashed her face in, and he was far more graphic than that, which almost felt like I was trying to slight and upset the family. Why on the word? If we could have uh, prosecuted this further and actually
we
had
don't know
him
if we
come back,
could have because Aruba's got a statute of limitations on murder.
they
I
do,
mean,
but the I thought the original intent on this when he came back to the U.S. was he's going to carry out that sentence there for 27, 23 years, something of that nature, and then after that he would then be taking on the sentence that the U.S. government gave. But that's not what how this played out. We're saying, oh, you serve your 20 years over there along with your other one, and we'll call it good. Which then puts him to be free in, I believe, early 50s. Something this type of individual, I think the fear is this is how they are. He's psychopathic. Is he going to go reoffend again? Probably very likely if he survives prison.
yeah, I mean, his story now is he's changed.
Yeah.
So, whether or not we can believe that, I doubt it.
Hmm.
I mean, like, it's like everybody finds Jesus in prison, right? That's one of the old sayings.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I think some folks do.
Hmm.
I think some folks have like a life altering change occurs when you're incarcerated.
Hmm.
Others aren't because they're irreparably mentally ill, which, like you said, I mean, it's like we throw the word psychopath around, but guys clearly got issues mentally. Um, and I think that he's definitely a sociopath. I think I happen to believe him. I don't think that he came out with that story for shock factor. I think that he wanted to own what he did and
Hmm.
how violent that it was. Like, honestly, I think that he felt that the parents deserved to know, so that they could hate him appropriately. You know what
But
I'm
that's a
saying? Like, for
totally different type of Joran Vandersloot that we've come to know. It doesn't really it's not part of his reps. It's not part of his, arc of his character to suddenly have this come to Jesus. I want to tell everybody the truth, and you deserve this, and you deserve that. It's never been him. He's never been like that. But did that happen? I guess is the question.
I mean, I can't say that it didn't because I don't know the guy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we could sit here and speculate, um, but to me, the bottom line is no matter what the mode of the murder was, whether it was him just weighting her down and dropping her to the bottom of the ocean, or if he killed her with the block in the boat and then dumped her body. Either way, he's a killer, you know? And I think that ultimately what it boiled down to is to get the deal done is again, I think they were going to the Holloway family and just saying like, if we can get him to confess, I mean, are you going to be satisfied? I mean, we're going to have to make like the family knew what the offer was going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
it's not like it just got shoved down their throats. I mean, like that type of deal is going to be discussed with the victim's family, and I mean, they had to have been okay with it. That's why I started with it's not our place to decide.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if it were me, would I be satisfied? Probably not.
Mhm.
But I probably would have hunted the guy down myself a
Well,
long time
exactly. Yeah.
ago. You know what
I
I'm
would be in
saying?
jail or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, exactly, exactly. So, but we're all different people,
Mhm.
and it's like they've been dealing with this for a long, long time, man. And it's hard to say how that's going to affect you psychologically over that period of time to where, you're sick of wondering, and maybe it's a situation where, it's coming out of the guy's mouth. They're deciding to believe it because in their psyche, that's what they need.
Mhm.
They just need to know what happened and then they can call it a day. It's like, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's not a very satisfying case, that's for certain. Like if that's what you're asking, is it like, does it give us that, oh, we have a real sense of justice here? No, but that's how the law is. It's
Yeah.
like we don't always get that, it's
Yeah.
it's one
Yeah.
of those things where at least they got something instead of this guy just denying it forever
Yeah.
and then, trying to bring him to trial at some
Ultimately,
point.
what matters the
Yeah,
most is how that family is feeling, and if they feel they're good, then okay.
for real.
Hey, it's Tony Brueski. If you want more of our interview with our guests, be sure to check out our podcast, Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski. Just search that wherever you download podcasts and press subscribe. Also, you can check out our YouTube channel for the full video version of the interviews as well, under the same name, Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski. Check it out, subscribe, binge, and enjoy. Thanks for watching.